The vibes, you know, the Halloween vibes. It sounds kind of scary. I'm having a crisis. Anyway, spookiness, and I'm probably going to be scared. Hello, it's October, and I thought I would try something a little bit different this month. As I've said a billion times in the past, TBRs are something I don't ever do because I'm a very big mood reader. I just read what I want when I want, and TBRs are kind of difficult for me in that respect because I don't know, I just don't tend to stick to them. But I thought for the month of October I would do a kind of vague TBR for the month, and it's not really a TBR, it's more of a pool of books that revolve around some kind of spooky theme. Not anything particularly spooky, I don't think, but spooky enough for me. And yeah, so I've got just a bunch of books that I'm going to be picking from. I'm not necessarily going to be reading all of these. As I said, I'm a big mood reader, but these are kind of the pool that I'm probably going to be picking from throughout the month, rather than set myself a TBR and then feel bad when I don't stick to it. I'm going for this instead. Also then, if you've read any of these books, let me know if they're good and I can see if I can get to them. The first thing is a book that I know I will be reading this month, and that is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, which, as we all know, I say it all the time, monthly live shows for each Shadowhunter book, and this month is Clockwork Prince, which is the second Infernal Devices book, and this will be a live show on the 25th of October on Tarty's channel. Keep an eye out for that. And yeah, excited, not really. I'm waiting for the one that's going to shock me and really grip me and give me more than barely a 3-star, you know? So maybe this will be the one. Maybe. I don't know. Another book that I'm definitely going to be reading this month is The Way of Kings. This is part 1. I started The Way of Kings last week. Well, earlier this week. And I just finished reading part 1. I am reading it on Kindle, which is one whole book, but I'm counting them as separate books in like my wrap-ups and things. So yeah, this is part 1, which on its own is kind of chunky. I just finished this, so I'm going to be reading part 2, especially this month. Maybe I can get to Words of Radiance this month. I would like to, because I know Rhythm of War comes out in November, which November is next month. I'm having a crisis. Anyway, I would like to at least get The Way of Kings and Words of Radiance done, and then maybe read Allspringer at the start of November in time for Rhythm of War. I don't know. It took me a long time to read just the part 1, just because, and I'm really loving it, like a lot. It's a very big world, and there's a lot. It's very complicated, and so it took me a long time to really, not necessarily get into, but I was concentrating a lot when I was reading. So yeah, but I'm really into it and I'm really enjoying it a lot, and I'm just really excited. Part 1 ended off in a really good place, and I'm going to read part 2, maybe Words of Radiance. Pray for me. Another book that I would like to read this month is Gemina, which is the second Illuminae book by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I read Illuminae last month and absolutely loved it, and then my boyfriend actually bought me the other 2 books, so I would like to at least get one of these done this month, but I'm not quite sure if I'll get there. But I don't know, and I also feel like this kind of fits with a spooky theme, because the first book was kind of creepy. There were some parts in that were really kind of scary for me. So I think this could count as a spooky read, I don't know, by my definition. So yeah, maybe this. Maybe I would like to. Now for the pool of books books that I've picked out that I own that maybe have some kind of spooky element to them. The first one is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This, I believe, is kind of a dark academia, dark fantasy. I think it's set in Yale, and I think there's secret societies and ghosts and stuff, but it sounds really kind of up my alley. I've seen very mixed reviews about it, but I feel like I could like it. It seems like something that I could be into, and yeah, I'm kind of excited, so I think I might get to that this month. It'll be something very different for me, and it will also be my second Leigh Bardugo read. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about that one, so I think that's top of my list. Another one, which I'm definitely going to be reading, is Kingdom of the Wicked by Kerry Maniscalco. This I got as an ARC from NetGalley, and I believe it's out at the end of the month. This is one that I've had my eye on for a while, and I believe it's set in Italy, and there's some kind of Prince of Hell situation, and there's kind of witches and dark magic and just the vibes, you know, the Halloween vibes. I feel like that's going to be a really good one, and again, right up my alley. I have no doubts that this is going to be something that I'm going to really enjoy, and I'm really excited to get to it. Next is one of probably two books that I own that are categorised as horror on Goodreads, and that is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is a book that I believe is kind of Lord of the Flies-ish. I think there's some kind of virus or toxin that spreads throughout this school, and it leaves behind this group of girls at the school, and their survival. Sounds like it could be kind of scary, so I'm a little bit scared. But I don't know, I feel like this would be a good one for this month. I believe it's also sapphic if you're interested, so that's exciting. I also just love the cover and like the bright pink. I don't know, I'm into it. So I think this is a contender. Another one is Children of Blood and Bone, which I don't know much about plot-wise, but I think it does have some kind of dark magic-y stuff going on, and I am interested. I'm here for that. I feel like there's a theme, like I don't really read horror, but if there's like a dark magic aspect, I'm into it. So I think this would be a good one, and also I don't think it'd be too scary for me. You know, I don't think this is intentionally scary. I think this just has the Halloween aspects that I would like. So this could be one. Another one that seems a bit more horror is Rules for Vanishing by an author whose name I can't remember, I'm really sorry. Kate Alice Marshall? I don't know. Anyway, Rules for Vanishing. This is one that I don't know much about, but I know it's done kind of documentary style, Blair Witch Project style. I've never seen the Blair Witch Project, but that's how it was advertised, and it sounds kind of scary. There's ghosts, and a girl goes missing, and they're trying to solve this mystery of the missing girl, and creepiness and spookiness, and I'm probably going to be scared. Honestly, I'm such a wimp, so like, I know these are probably not very scary for most people, but I don't watch scary films or read scary books, so this is like my limit, is this book. This is one that I don't think really counts as horror or anything, most of these don't, but the other day I bought The Girls by Emma Cline. This is a historical fiction retelling, I guess, of the Manson family, which sounds dark. I don't know, it's not necessarily Halloween-y, but it sounds kind of grim, so I might get to that this month, maybe, if I'm feeling the serial killer Manson family vibes. But I don't know, it sounds kind of interesting, so maybe that one. Another one I have is These Witches Don't Burn. Again, can't remember the name of the author, I'm really sorry, but obviously this has witches. This book, I don't know much about plot-wise, but obviously I know there's witches. Witches equals Halloween, I'm counting it. I think this might also be a sapphic book, I could be wrong. But this just seems kind of cute. I'm literally just judging by the cover, but it seems kind of cute and not spooky, but it has the Halloweenness, the spooky witchiness. I'm into it, so maybe that one. And then two books that I don't own but are kind of on my radar are Mexican Gothic and Cemetery Boys. These two I really want to read and I don't own them, but they're on my radar for if, you know, I'm looking for my next book this month and none of the ones I have are kind of vibing with me, so they're not top of my list right now because again I don't own them and I'm not looking to buy new books right now, but they might show up because I'm weak-willed. And then finally is one that I'm probably not going to get around to, but I would kind of like to, and that is the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas. I've already read several of these books twice this year, but it's set on Devil's Night, which is October 30th. They're very Halloweeny books and they're just the best. I love Penelope Douglas books, we all know this, but Devil's Night series is literally set on Halloween. So like, I would like to get around to it, but I don't know if I can do a full reread this month. Maybe I'll squeeze one or two of them in. Kill Switch particularly. So maybe I would like to, but I'm not counting on having the time necessarily. Oh, and then actually lastly in romancy spookiness is Harvest of Sighs by Sierra Simone, which is the third Thornchapel book. These books are not, I think the fourth book is coming out on Halloween, and I would like to get the third book done before then, but these books, they're not necessarily Halloweeny, but they are kind of, not spooky, but there's a lot of kind of ritualistic stuff, and it is a little bit spooky, so I feel like that could be a good one for this month. So if you're into some wild romance, there's like polyamory and stuff, it's a little bit kinky. It's a lot bit kinky. Not for the faint-hearted, but I really enjoy them. And me and Tati have been absolutely loving these books, so I don't know, maybe that could be one for this month. So that's all the books that I will probably be choosing from this month. There will almost definitely be other ones that I end up actually reading, like other romances and things sprinkled in between, but these are the main books that I'm going to really be choosing from. So if you have any of these that you've read and you would definitely recommend over other ones, please let me know and help me decide what to read this month. As I said, TBRs are not really my thing, but I thought if I go in with a wide pool of books, that would be better. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.